Good morning students of class 6. In the previous video, in the chapter number 9, the Gupta is, we have discussed that many Central Asian tribes invaded India and entered and occupied the regions of north and northern west part of India. Yes, among which the first who invaded India, Indo-Greeks. So Indo-Greeks were the first who invaded India. After that, we can say Sak, Partihans, Kusans, they also invaded, and one after other, and thus they ruled over the northern part of India. Yes, and with the course of time, these people actually they were the foreigners because they came from Central Asian countries. Yes, so they were foreigners for us, but with the time they were completely merged into they were completely adopted the culture of India. So we can say that they were completely Indianized. Yes, and if we see the caste system of our country, yes, so because they invaded over our country, so they were the warrior class. So the Kusans, we have read among these 3-4 invaders, the Kusan dynasty was one of the most prominent, in which we learnt about the Kanishk. So Kanishk, Kusan, they were called in history warrior class, or we can say Kshatriyas. Yes. So we have already covered these topics. Two things were left in about the reason of about the Kanishka, that trade route, the silk trade route, we have not discussed in the previous video. Actually, silk route was a kind of road which started from China, and it crossed the Central Asian countries, Afghanistan, Iran, and to the Mediterranean Sea in the east. So we can say that this route actually connected the Asian country to the European countries. Yes, and silk was produced in China, and silk was also traded from China to the other countries. That's why the name was given Silk Route. And the Kusans, because they have came into India, they have come into India from Central Asian countries, and they had control over this route. So Kusans had the control over this route, and whosoever the traders crossed the routes and those who were involved in business, the merchants, the Kusans used to take some kind of taxes. They levied taxes on the trade, and thus they earned a lot. Yes, so this part we have covered today. One more thing we have left in previous video, that was that in Kusan period, the medicine also developed. The part of the medicine part also developed, it grew. We have taken two names in the previous video, Charak and Susrut. These were the two persons who contributed a lot in the field of medicine. There is one book, Charak Samhita, written by Charak, in which he has mentioned different kinds of plants. Uh, by the roots of those plants, many medicines were being prepared at that time to heal the people, to overcome the problem of health issues at that time. Yes, after being coming into the contact with the Greeks during the Kusan period, astronomy also developed in India. Yes, and one more thing I would like to stress, that the gold coins were mostly issued by the Kanishk in the Kusan dynasty. Yes, the first who issued gold coins were the Indo-Greeks. Yes, but the number of coins were not as much as it was produced by the Kusan rulers. So the things that have been given in our book about the Kanishk, about the Kusan ruler, all the points we have covered. Yes, and in North India we can say the Kanishk ruled, the Kusan dynasty ruled prominently, efficiently, and thus established political unity in the northern part of India. Yes. Now we are going to cover the next topic, the Gupta dynasty. After the declination of Mauryans, we said in the beginning that many small kingdoms grew, but they were continuously fighting with each other, and thus they became weak. So the tribes of Central Asia that we have taken the names Indo-Greeks, Kusan, Sak, they got the opportunity to attack over us, and thus through the northwestern part they attacked and occupied the northern western part, then north and eastern part also, among which the Kusans were the most prominent. So their periods, the periods of Indo-Greek, the period of Sak, Partihans and Kusans, they are referred to as post-Mauryan periods. Yes. Now we are going to discuss the Gupta dynasty. Now the Gupta ages we are going to cover. Yes. So the Kusans ruled till about 220 AD, and after that, after the Kanishka's risen, Sri Gupta, actually he was local chief of Kusans, and he established the Gupta dynasty. So it is very important that Sri Gupta, who was the feudatory of Kusan rulers, he was a local chief who established Gupta dynasty. Guptas were from the Vaisya community. We can say that the Guptas were the Vaisya, Kusans were the Kshatriyas. Yes. So after Kusan rulers in northern India, the Vaisya established their rule, and Sri Gupta founded it. Yes. After that, it is given in our book that the dynasty reached the height of its glory in the 4th century AD. Yes. So in 3rd century AD, Sri Gupta dynasty was founded by Sri Gupta, but this dynasty reached at its glory. Okay, it grew mostly in the 4th century under the reign of Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, Chandragupta Vikramaditya, like these prominent rulers. Yes. So this way Gupta dynasty started, and Gupta dynasty, they actually were in the two regions of North India, mainly Bihar and UP. Yes, but the UP, Uttar Pradesh, was the main center of the Guptas. Yes, Mathura, Prayag, like these were the centers. From there they ruled over its empire. Yes. So now we are going to discuss about Chandragupta first. So Sri-Gupta established, matters ends. Now we are going to read about the other rulers like Chandragupta first. His rule is from 320 AD to 335 AD. Yes. So not for a long time he ruled, but in a very short period he actually tried to build the Gupta empire very large, and he contributed a lot in building the Gupta's empire. Yes, he was a very good and efficient ruler. The Gupta era, the Gupta period is actually referred with the beginning of the reign of Chandragupta first. Sri Gupta started that, but at that time in history it is not said that Gupta era started from that only. Yes, because it was just the beginning by the Sri Gupta, and we know that beginning is always small, and the great things comes afterward. So when Chandragupta first succeeded the throne in 320 AD, then actually Gupta era is started. It is called in our history, Indian history. Yes. So he ascended the throne of Magad once again, which was vacant for many years after the end of the rule of Mauryans. So Chandragupta first ascended the throne of Magad. It means the Patliputra Patna. Yes, Chandragupta ruled from Patliputra. Yes, and he extended his political influence from Magad to Prayag. Prayag is the name of another name of Allahabad, and Saket, Ayodhya in UP. So in this way we can say Chandragupta he extended its empire territories from Patliputra to Prayag in UP to to Ayodhya in UP. So from Bihar to UP he extended his empire. So, and he ruled till 335 AD. So very short reign was of his, but quality matters, quantity does not matter. The next ruler we are going to read about, who is Samudragupta. Samudragupta after Chandragupta first, Samudragupta succeeded the Gupta's throne, and he ruled from 335 AD to 375 AD. And Samudragupta was one of the most important ruler of Gupta dynasty. He was the most powerful ruler of Gupta dynasty, we can also say. And 335 to 375 AD he ruled that. It also says that he ruled for a long. Yes, and he was the person who had many qualities. He was a multi-dimensional person. Yes, he was a warrior also. He was a great poet, a scholar, musician. Yes, etc. So a person having different qualities, definitely he is extraordinary. So thus we can say that Samudragupta was an extraordinary ruler. Yes. About his reason, if we want to know the information about his reason, the Allahabad inscription, pillar inscription, it plays a great role to provide information about the Gupta dynasty, we can say, about the Samudragupta rules, we can say. Yes. And this pillar praises Samudragupta's military achievements. Yes, that which war he fought, with whom he fought the different wars, and what happened in those wars, whether the Samudragupta got victory over them or not, from where to where he extended its empire. Yes, why he is called the greatest ruler of Gupta dynasty. All such kind of military achievements is being provided in the Allahabad pillar inscription. Yes, and it was prepared by his good poet Harisen. So it is very important. Harisen, the good poet of Samudragupta, and he composed all this information on the Allahabad pillar inscription. What is inscription? We all know that a form of writing which is written over the hard surfaces like rocks, pillars and metals, that is called inscription. So this part we have covered. Samudragupta was a Hindu, yes, but he was tolerant towards Buddhism and Jains. So though he was a Hindu, but he was tolerant towards Buddhists and Jains at that time. It also says that he was a good person, his nature was good, he was tolerant towards other religion. So this part we have covered. Samudragupta's military campaigns. The next topic is the Allahabad inscription bears a long list of rulers who fought against Samudragupta. It means that on this inscription there is a long list that Samudragupta fought with which rulers. Yes, and after that those who were either defeated and whose kingdoms were annexed by Samudragupta. All things are also mentioned on this pillar. Yes, and he annexed some of the kingdoms whom he defeated, and to some ruler he said just to pay tribute, and he did not occupy over those kingdoms. Yes, and apart from that, Samudragupta's direct rule extended from Bengal in the east to Delhi in the west. So directly he ruled over from Bengal to Delhi. Yes, and indirectly he ruled from the northwest frontier in the west to Assam in the east. So from west to east, from east to west in the northern direction, Samudragupta established his empire mainly. Yes, so and it is also given that, and from the Himalayas in the north to Kanchipuram in the south. So we can say thus that Samudragupta, his military achievements, that he fought many wars and defeated many rulers. He established his empire from east to west and from north to south, Himalaya to Kanchipuram in the south. So this was the significance of the reason of Samudragupta, who actually contributed a lot in building a large empire of Guptas. Yes, so thus we have covered about the two important rulers, Chandragupta first and Samudragupta of Gupta's ruler. Yes, and Samudragupta is also Samudragupta can also be seen on the coins that he was very fond of playing veena. Yes, we have discussed that he had many talent, so he was a great musician also, and thus that's why I have mentioned this thing in this topic. So till then, goodbye. The chapter is large, so it will take some more time. So 2-3 videos I think I have to make to cover all the topic. Very important chapter number 9, the Guptas. Have a good day.